Yo, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. And quick video for you guys, those that may be interested in trying out US Mobile, specifically because of the multi-network connection that allows US Mobile users, to not only pick which carrier they're primarily on with their primary line, but to add a secondary line for a secondary carrier network connection. Basically what that means is, taking my account, for example, I signed up on US Mobile and went with the Dark Star connection, which is at&t. So my primary phone number, my primary line is on the at&t network at all times. But, because I went traveling for vacation and everything, I did an add-on, which is called the multi-network connection add-on. The add-on brings you a child line or secondary line, and that phone line, you choose the one of the other two networks that you're not on. So in my case, I had at&t primary. I had the option between Lightspeed and Warp. Lightspeed being T-Mobile, Warp being Verizon. And since I already have a Metro by T-Mobile line on my other primary device, I went with Warp to have basically the connection of all three networks. Now, in doing this, what they're doing is that you can have a primary line, either eSIM or physical SIM, but your secondary line is going to be eSIM. That's just the way of it, right? So really, when you have both of the lines, the primary and the secondary line on the multi-network connection, it is basically like DS, okay? Not DSDA, not dual SIM, dual active. Both network connections are not active at the same time. You choose one or the other, and then it auto switches. When one is weak, it'll auto switch to the other one, which, I haven't ever seen it do that. Even in areas where like at&t was weak, it stayed connected to at&t until I went in and manually changed it myself, but that's neither here or there. Anyways, so when I say that they're not playing around, they're not playing around when people are using this to have not only, a primary line, but to have a secondary line, used on another device. You can't do that. And they do audit US Mobile customers. You will get audited. I had switched my physical SIM from an iPhone 12 that I had to my Pixel 7, which I'm using right now. And because it's been like, a couple of hours that way to like almost a day, I literally got an email, which you'll see right here. And the email tells me like, hey, they've noticed that, my secondary multi-connect line is on a different device from my primary line, and that both lines need to be on the same device. And so I need to move my multi-connect line over to the device that I have, and if they needed help, they would do that. So with that being said, they are watching, this whole thing. People who think that they can use the multi-network connection to game the system and have like, one phone line on one phone, one on another phone, and run it that way. You can't. They will, it's audited, so they will know that you're doing that, and they'll reach out to you. And I'm gonna go on a whim here and say that if you continuously do this, like if you do it and you try to play like, oh, you got a different device, you need help doing it, and then so they move your services over, and then you try it again. You try to have two different phone lines for paying just for one. Eventually, they'll either fully charge you for the second line as a separate line rather than a child line to the parent line for multi-connect. So they'll charge you the full price for a second unlimited plan, or they'll just term your entire line of service and your accounts. So don't what's it? Don't F.A.F.O. Okay, don't F.A.F.O. F.A.F.O. Don't do that. Don't fuck around and find out. All right. Just be legit. That's all I gotta say in this video.